Welcome back to my channel. In previous lecture we had discussed the priority queue and we have also discussed some of the examples and also how you can prepare a gate net set examination. So we have taken some example questions from competitive exams also. In this lecture we will discuss the multi-level queue scheduling. In the multi-level queue scheduling, as the name suggests, multi-level means we have more than one queue in different levels. So multi-level queue scheduling algorithm. So now in this algorithm, it can also be used to partition the process, means in multi-level, so we are creating the levels, right? So multi-level means more than one level queue scheduling algorithm, and this multi-level queue scheduling algorithm can also be used to partition the process into several separate queue. So whatever the partitions we are making here, so these partition makes a separate queue. So these partitions are separated based on the process type. So what kind of process we have based on the process type, right? So we are putting that process into different levels of queue, right? So let us have the example. For example, there is a common division made between a foreground process and background process, right? So we have a processes called foreground processes, which are called as interactive processes, background processes also called as batch processes. Now these two types of processes have the different response time, right? Why we are saying these two types have a different response time requirement and so may have a different scheduling needs, means based on the different response time, because foreground process are the interactive processes, so user can interact with these kinds of foreground processes, right? Whereas the background processes run at the background. So these processes requirements are different and these processes requirements are different. So foreground processes may have the higher priority over the background processes, right? Because it is in the interactive mode, hence it requires more CPU utilization. It requires a high priority processes. Means the interactive processes are the high priority processes over the background processes. Means these background processes are having a less priority than the foreground processes. So foreground processes are having a high priority processes. Now the separate queue might be used for foreground and background processes because their needs are different, the types of process are different, right? As we discussed here, foreground processes may have the higher priority over a background processes. So because these are called interactive processes, so foreground processes are the higher priority processes, background processes are lesser priority processes compared to foreground. So hence we have a separate queue, right? So each queue might have its own scheduling algorithm, means for foreground and for background processes we have different scheduling algorithm. So therefore we are saying that these processes have its own scheduling algorithms. Now the foreground queue might be scheduled by an round robin algorithm, means for foreground queue we are using round robin algorithm and for the background queue we are using FCFS algorithm, first come first serve scheduling algorithm. So there must be scheduling among the queues, which is commonly implemented as fixed priority primitive scheduling. Means if assume that higher processes are the foreground processes and lower priority processes are background processes. So they must be scheduled among the queues. So we have to divide which process should belong to foreground process, which should belong to background process, right? So which is the common implementation as a fixed priority primitive scheduling. So background process cannot enter the foreground queue, foreground process cannot enter the background queue. Okay, for example, the real time queue may have absolute priority over the interactive queue. So let us understand by the diagram. Now in this diagram we have highest priority processes and we have lowest priority processes, right? As we said that highest priority processes are the interactive processes or foreground processes. Now real time processes are at the highest level, then comes the system processes which having a lesser priority than the real time processes, and then interactive processes are having a less priority than the system processes, and final one is the batch processes which is having the lowest priority. Now any queue, so these are the four queues we have, right? So any queue which having a processes, they exclusively those processes are belongs to that queue only. Okay, so we are saying that in addition there must be scheduling among the queue. So we are preparing the four queues. So we are preparing four queue means we are preparing the scheduling queues which are commonly implemented as fixed priority primitive scheduling. So fixed priority primitive scheduling means the process which is in the real time process, or the process which is the real time process cannot go to system process, or it cannot go to interactive process queue, or it cannot go to batch process queue, right? So that process remains in that queue itself. Okay, that is the meaning of this example. Also real time queue may have absolute priority over the interactive queue. Okay, so this is how we can use this multi-level scheduling algorithm. In upcoming lecture, we will discuss multi-level feedback scheduling algorithm. So thank you for watching. See you in the next lecture.